A virtual article from W.A.W Radio. Boxing may be the only sport in existence in which its greatest advocates are also its greatest detractors. On Saturday, May 20th, the boxing community witnessed something very rare indeed, a pay-per-view main event featuring the two perceived best of a talent-enriched division, squaring off in an elite-level, offensive-minded chess match, filled with consistent action throughout and a suspenseful, dramatic ending. In other words, everything that boxing's long-suffering fans have been pining for. And yet, the die-hard supporters of this now fringe pastime still found a reason to become disgusted with their self-proclaimed favorite sport. Pre-fight betting underdog and former three-division world champion Vasiliy Lomachenko dropped a razor-thin but unanimous decision to the reigning and defending, lineal and undisputed lightweight champ, Haney in the main event of a near-sold-out MGM Grand Garden Arena. Fans who were initially expecting to see a mostly tactical and methodical exhibition of skill were pleasantly treated to a truly majestic and action-filled, physical battle of wits and will. It was truly a special evening of boxing. When interested observers initially purchased their tickets and ordered their PPV streams, very few expected to see a contest this memorable or magnificent. It was an extremely competitive and aggressive game of chess, which seemed to end in a stalemate with only two pieces remaining on the board. And if spectators are truly honest with themselves, at least those who possess a greater understanding of the action in the ring or how a prize fight is actually scored, very few truly knew who would be declared the winner. Each combatant put forth a winning effort and a very impressive performance, easily Haney's career best and Vasiliy Lomachenko's finest in years. Then in one fell swoop, everything changed. The three kings at ringside, who had the unenviable responsibility of determining the winner, turned in their final ballots, and the verdict was read, 116 to 112, and 115 to 113 twice, all in favor of the winner. And just like that, the evening turned sour. Why? Because the more unpopular competitor ultimately had his arm raised in victory? Boxing's newest villain didn't get his well-deserved comeuppance? The sentimental favorite, representing his war-ravaged country, didn't get the nod? Boxing's brightest moment of 2023 immediately turned into its seemingly darkest hour with the mere declaration of the winner. As both men exited the squared circle, a cascade of boos echoed throughout the capacity-filled arena. And on all popular social media outlets, the reaction was painfully worse, with fans spewing personal venom at everyone involved. Cries of robbery and corruption seemed to snowball into an online avalanche as the night carried on. Who is to blame for such a miscarriage of justice? Who unleashed this plague on the boxing community? Only one man is to blame for this atrocity, and his name is Vasiliy Lomachenko. Technically, boxing's lynch mob could also hold the future Hall of Famer's father and head trainer Anatoly Lomachenko responsible for the unfathomable judge's verdict as well. How? In his own words, the disappointed former champ revealed all during the post-fight press conference. When asked by a ringside reporter what he could have potentially done differently during the fight to sway the judge's decision in his favor, he had this to say.
Maybe hurt him and go for a knockout earlier, and what you would correct if you got a second shot at him. What do you feel that you could have did different to just, sway the judges to go in your favor?
It's a good question. I don't know. Because then I fighting every round. Then I come back in the corner. I understand. Okay, it's my round, and I understand. And then I go in the 12th round. I understand. Okay, maybe I need to a little bit defense, and I can give him this round. I don't need win this round because I was winning another 11 rounds. It looks like I don't say every 11 rounds, but during 11 rounds I understand it was my score, and I don't know.
From the mouth of
maybe-
the former champ, he consciously chose to play it safe and knowingly gave away the pivotal 12th and final round. Why? In a highly skilled, back-and-forth battle in which both men fought brilliantly with many impressive moments, why would a proud champion like Lomachenko not deliver the coup de grace? After an absolutely dominant effort in the 2 rounds prior, why would the 35-year-old ATG not carry his momentum into a round that would consequently determine what would be a career-defining victory? Based on the instruction of his father and head trainer, who told his son he was winning the fight after 11 highly contested rounds, Vasiliy unwisely chose to merely shoot for par in the final hole at the Masters. Had Loma elected to carry his dominant momentum into the final round with a greater sense of urgency, perhaps he could have scored a decisive knockdown or KO. It's ultimately what he needed to win the fight on 2 of the judges' scorecards. Nonetheless, after hearing Loma admit to giving away the final stanza, it becomes apparent that fans screaming robbery post-fight are egregiously overreacting. Here's another major reason why many observers, as well as Lomachenko himself, believed he was further ahead on the judges' scorecards than he actually was. Prize fights are scored on a round-by-round basis, in which the winning fighter is rewarded a 10-9 verdict without the benefit of a knockdown. Here's where both fighters' and fans' perceptions can often be skewed. In the 10th and 11th rounds of action, Loma overwhelmingly won both rounds, in which he visibly hurt his opponent and seemingly battered him from pillar to post. 2 of the judges at ringside scored both rounds 10-9 in favor of Vasiliy Lomachenko. The same 2 judges scored rounds 1 and 3, in which relatively little to no action ensued, in Devin Haney's favor. Both rounds were scored the exact same way, 10-9. While admittedly, Loma did the much more decisive and consequential work in the 10th and 11th rounds, compared to Haney's round-winning work in 1 and 3, both tandem rounds were scored the exact same way. Coupled with the greater admiration for his sharp lead left hands and aggressive nature, this is more than likely why both fans viewing the contest, as well as Anatoly Lomachenko from ringside, could have believed the former 3-division champ was well ahead on the judges' scorecards. Hence the unwise decision to virtually hand Devin Haney the final round and ultimately the contest. Either way, both men truly deserve to win this fight, and fans should not be souring this brilliant showing with absurd claims of robbery and corruption. It's important for fans to remember that boxing is a complex sport, and judges' decisions, although not always satisfying, are part of the game. Instead of resorting to accusations of robbery or corruption, it is more productive to appreciate the skill and effort displayed by the fighters and engage in respectful discussions about the outcome. Do you think Vasiliy Lomachenko deserves a rematch, and do you believe Devin Haney would agree to it? Thank you for watching W.A.W Radio. Please subscribe, like, and hit the notification button.